Tired of watching animation tutorial videos and still can't make your own motions? It sucks that you have to manually animate each bone, and it can take weeks just for a few seconds of animation. Then there's motion capture, but the suit for it is too expensive. What if I told you that you could do it now without the expensive motion capture suits? You don't have to wait for a random guy on the internet to give you free motions anymore, because in this video, I'll show you the easiest way to create full body, facial, and hand motions in MMD. Let's start with full body motions. You've seen me lately releasing free MMD motion videos so quickly, and you might be wondering, how did he do that in such a short amount of time? I'm using a new software called QuickMagic, which is an AI-powered motion capture tool that rivals the quality of optical mocap systems. Use the link I provided in the video description below or go to www.quickmagic.ai. Click the Launch QuickMagic button, then create a new account. Enter your email and password, and don't forget to enter the WeebDev in the invitation code to receive free V-Coins that you can use to create more motions. Once you've logged in, click Upload. You can upload videos such as a person dancing to a trending song, recording yourself making cool moves, or any other motion you like. The good news is, QuickMagic lets you convert the motions directly to work with MMD, so you don't need another program to do it. Once you've selected a video, export it as VMD and press Confirm. After a few minutes, you can see the finished motion in the Home tab. Just press the Download button to get the motion. When you unzip the downloaded file, you'll see a .vmd file, which is what we'll use in MMD. Now, open MMD. Load a model in Model Manipulation. Go to File, then Load Motion Data, and select the VMD file we created. When you hit play, you'll see the model dancing. If you find inaccuracies in the motion created in QuickMagic, such as hand jitter, and you want to fix it, simply select the created motion, then click 2D Refinement. KP mode is used for fixing bones in the model's body, and IK mode is for the feet. In IK mode, a red key point means the foot is on the ground, while a green key point means the foot is in the air. The loop slider is used to move through each motion frame. For example, if you go to frame 5, you can see that the model's feet are on the ground, but the key point is colored green, indicating that the program registered the foot in the air. To fix this, simply click the green key points to change them to red. Once you're done, click on the Save and Remake button to save the changes. Next, let's add hand motions. First, let's load the video that we used to capture the motion by going to Background, and then selecting Load Background AVI file. Adjust the camera to position the model to the side, and click play to check if the video is working properly. Now go to Model Manipulation and select the model. To remove the T-pose at the beginning of the scene, simply copy all the frames from frame 1 and paste them into frame 0. Next, select all of the model's finger bones in Frame Manipulation. You'll know if you've selected the correct bones if you see them turn red in the scene. To add new hand motions, we need to remove all the registered frames in these bones. As you can see, this motion ends at frame 64. Input the range from 0 to 64 and click Range Select, then click Delete. We can spend hours here animating each and every bone of the model's fingers, or we can use free hand poses already available for download. The download link is in the description below. Now go to File, then Load Pose Data. In your Hand Poses folder, select relaxed1b.vpd to position the fingers in a relaxed position. Click Register in Bone Manipulation to save the changes. If you go to frames 15 to 20, you can see that this is the part where the dancer closes her right arm. Let's register the current hand pose in frame 15, then select frame 20. Go to File, click Load Pose Data, Then in your hand poses folder, select fistb.vpd. Click Register to save the changes. Next, if you go to frames 30 to 35, you can see that this is the part where the dancer opens her right arm again. Let's register the current hand pose in frame 30, then select frame 35. Go to File, click Load Pose Data, then in your hand poses folder, select relaxed1b.vpd. Click Register to save the changes. Repeat this step until you have added all hand motions for the entire scene. Now let's add facial expressions. Right now we're doing this in MMD, but all of these will be available later in QuickMagic. In facial manipulation, there are 4 different facial menus that you can use to manipulate the model's facial expressions. Each of these menus has different options to choose from, and you can combine them to create a new one. To change the values, you can either use a slider or input the value directly. For example, to animate a blink, select a starting frame, go to Facial Manipulation, select the slider for closing the eye, and click on Register. Then, select the frame that is 5 frames ahead from the starting frame. Select the slider for closing the eye, set its value to 1, and click on Register. Finally, go 5 frames ahead again, and set the value back to 0, then click on Register. You can do this throughout the scene, but the good news is MMD has a feature for it, so you don't have to animate blinking. Simply go to Facial Expression, click Randomly Generate Blinking, and input the range where you want the blinks to be randomly placed. Next, let's animate the model's mouth. First, let's make the model smile throughout the video. Select frame 0, and in Facial Manipulation, choose the mouth option that makes the model smile. Set its value to 0.4 and click on Register. Now, go to frame 25. You'll notice that from frame 25 to 30 is the part where the dancer opens her mouth. Select frame 25, then in Facial Manipulation, select the slider for opening the mouth and click on Register. Next, go to frame 30 and set the value to 0.8, then click on Register. Slowly close the mouth by going to frame 50 and setting the value back to 0, then click on Register. Click Play to see how it looks. Here's what it looks like when you render the scene using Ray MMD. Want to learn how to make it look like this? Then I suggest watching these.